Good afternoon, everyone. This is the Doctor. It's another beautiful morning out here in the Pacific Northwest. We got mild clouds, 53 degrees. Overall, it's pretty nice out here. If you are new to my channel, we do cover premium War of the Visions content. Please do hit that subscribe button. We are trying to hit 5,000 subscribers so that I can get sponsored. Thank you so much. All right, everyone. Well, the moment is here. You all knew that this video was going to be coming. And you all dreaded it, I'm sure, because nobody wants another raid after the mess that was Chocolate Flan. I understand that, and don't worry, I'm here to make it as easy for you as possible. Believe it or not, we are going to get another Flan event. It is going to be the White Day raid, although I'm sure they'll probably change the name, since White Day is not a holiday that is celebrated outside of the United States. Or wait, hold on. Flip that. Outside of Japan. Well, this will probably be coming out July 1st, and if you're not familiar with it or you haven't heard it, this is the raid that a lot of people are waiting for because the enemy is going to be weak to slashing and dark element units. That means that any dark unit you have, any slashing unit you have is going to be absolutely wonderful. And honestly, I think probably if you have Old Man Doe or anything like that, with only 10% resistance to lightning here, I think it'll be a lot easier to put together Orlando chaining parties or any other type of slashing parties that you guys want to put together. Some important notes here. The missile resistance 30% is really anti-Lucia, anti-Frederica. I would say, even though Lucia's a really good chaining unit, probably not going to be the best unit to bring for this raid. I think more than likely, you will probably be using a variety of dark units, and even if you have Gafgarion is going to be incredible for this. One final call out here. He is lacking paralyzed resistance. So what this means is you are going to be able to paralyze him, and do remember as well that he is an aquatic type enemy, so any type of aquatic bonus attacks that you have are going to deal a significant amount of damage. So if you leveled up your aquatic killer card, good on you, you're the hero we're going to need in the multis that are coming, and I look forward to partnering up with you. Let's talk about some viable units, some viable strategies, and how not to be a dick when you are planning your raid groups. Some viable units are going to be Gafgarion, of course, easily accessible. Almost everyone should have him and have him fully LB'd. He is a very free-to-play friendly unit, and he is very powerful. A lot of you should also have Ziza leveled for her TMR, or just because you want to use her. She is going to be very powerful, and you will notice that the slime does have 10% fist resistance, so she will slide in very nicely here. Of course, the new banner unit is going to be wonderful here. Venera, absolutely powerful, and she is going to be quite the beast to be reckoned with against him. Shadow Link's probably the best chainer in the group here. With her triple attack, I believe she is going to be the fastest at racking up chains here, and probably one of the most valuable units. Stern, very powerful, but also sort of a finisher unit. So I would really consider Shadow Link's the chainer and Stern the finisher, similar to how we had multiple instances of like Lucia, Yerma, and then a Steel Time unit. Kind of use that Yerma as the finisher, or use them as the defensive breaker or the Steel Time. Something like that, where we just kind of coordinate all our units and run towards it. Now, an important call out here as well. If you are looking to be a fist party, you don't just have to have Ziza. You can also use Gafgarion. Gafgarion does have Sub-Monk. He does have access to Pummel, which means he is going to be viable in partnering with Ziza for chaining. So if a Gafgarion joins your group, do not kick his ass immediately, because I know there are people out there who are woefully uninformed when it comes to raid compositions and raid party builds, and they will just kick anything that is not the quote-unquote best unit or the quote-unquote optimal unit, which really causes a lot of pain for the community as we've been hearing about in my Discord, on my Reddit, all of that type of stuff. Now, let's talk about Steal Time, because Steal Time is one of the most important abilities in terms of chaining here, and there are a lot of people who do not have access to premium units for raids or want to level a premium unit for raid, and they have Steal Time units, and Steal Time units are critical, and they're very powerful. And what really sucks ass is when you join a party and they kick your Ryu out because the party leader is too dumb to realize that Ryu has Steal Time. Do not kick out your Steal Time users. That includes Yerma, Ziza, Vistral, Ryu, Mia, and Vadim. If you're asking for a Steal Time unit, do not kick those out. If someone shows up with a Zazan, I would make the case that it is okay to kick Zazan out because his base stats are so low that he would probably underperform in the Steal Time role. That being said, below like level 80 or something, totally fine. Take a Zazan. Finally, the enemy here can be paralyzed, and it really kind of highlights Stern, Shadowlynx, and Venera, because Stern and Shadowlynx have access to paralyzing attacks, right? Stern has Paralyzing Edge. Venera has some type of assassin technique that I couldn't pronounce that paralyzes as well. Shadowlynx also has access to her TMR, which is going to have innate paralysis on it, which is going to be very good when she's either just trying to gain TP, or gain AP, or anything like that in terms of supporting the party. So if you're going up against a high-level Flan, it's likely that that Flan can either kill you or deal substantial damage to the characters. So being able to paralyze or use Paralyzing Edge in this situation with Stern could potentially be very powerful in terms of making your team survive long enough to chain and kill the Flan. Another shout out though, chains still break when the enemy is paralyzed. So the only thing that Paralyze does is it stops it from quote-unquote taking action, but it still takes a turn. So if you are pulling, or if you are doing chains of some type, do know that the chain will break if you are paralyzing the enemy. Finally, let's go ahead and talk about the event itself and when we can expect it. If I haven't said it already, we are probably going to be getting this event on July 1st when Venera comes out, or potentially the week after that. We are going to get a reward from killing the Flan a certain number of times. If we do kill it 10 million times, we are going to get 2,000 Lapis. In terms of the encounter reward, you do have the solo, pair, and quartet reward, just like we did last time. So at max level, it's going to be 115 for the quartet for a participation reward, I believe. And then for the help reward, or maybe this is the participation reward, it's going to be 50 for the quartet. I find this interesting because it was 100 in global, so I wonder if they're going to change this number in global since it was 100 in the chocolate flan. And then 700 for the quartet at level 150. I think it's pretty similar. I think we'll probably get some enhanced rewards for the quartet on all the modes. I think that's probably the direction they're going to go. I could also see some type of change to the actual event structure since so many people disliked the original chocolate flan raid. We're really going to have to just wait and see what Gummy decides to do. Now let's take a look at the actual drop table here on the left side, and this is actually very similar to chocolate flan. You'll notice that you're going to want to farm tier 61 to plus basically so that you can get the dark Alchrist here. It's a very important material, and basically the drops are essentially the same between 61 and 110, and then you do get at 120 times 2, and then 141 you get the times 3. So overall, if you are going to just farm and try and get to the platinum robe, I would probably shoot for 61 plus so that you can get the materials. In terms of rank rewards, you're also going to get Dwarf Hammer of Defense, and I think most of us are probably not in this tier, but I would say expect to get like 600 or 500 Lapis if you're running this at any bit. I think a lot of people aren't going to push for rank rewards because of how much they hated chocolate flan. We are going to be getting a new card with this, and it is going to be the cost for being ostentatious. It's going to be HP 272 at max, attack 84, magic 37, max damage plus 1264, with a party effect of light killer plus 17. Very powerful. If you do just pull this card on the banner, you are going to be able to max it out by buying the shards in the shop. And finally, the best reward is going to be the platinum robe, everyone, and you are going to want to +5 this piece of gear because this mama is good. It's got shooting attack resistance plus 10. The shield version of this on a robe gives HP 478, defense 18, and spirit 4. That is ridiculous, everyone. The stats on this are so incredible for mages. You can really see why mages are going to be getting a little bit more survivability here. You can almost consider this, if you're going to be going up against a Lucia and you're equipping this robe on your character, this is essentially a 28% damage reduction against Lucia for any of your mages. So it is a very powerful piece of equipment. I definitely think you should invest in this. I think compared to the Alexandrite Ring +5, I think this is absolutely necessary, and I think you should be pushing as hard as you can to farm as much of these as possible. It might even be something where you just get satisfied with the NQ because you run so many mages that just having the defense plus 18 on a body piece of armor for you is going to be valuable enough to make you do this. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I do appreciate all of you guys that are hitting that subscribe button. We are trying to hit 5,000 subscribers so that I can get sponsored. Make sure you do hit up our Discord and come say hi. Make sure... Oh, there's the... That's funny, because that's the... Well, we're getting a little sloppy at the end of the video right now, but for any of you that have streamed with me, I do record using my streaming software, and that's my follower icon, so I forgot to turn it off, so... Kind of funny that just as I was talking about subscribing, someone followed me on Twitch. I think that's hilarious. But overall, thanks so much, guys. Leave a comment in YouTube, come to Discord, come say hi, and come check me out on stream. I do stream every single night except for Mondays and Thursdays, and I would love to have you guys there. Have a great rest of your day.